Compared to other consoles in the 8th generation, Microsoft's Xbox One felt like it was playing catch-up. The initial reveal faced no end of controversies thanks to several terrible decisions, which were reversed, and it struggled with exclusives almost throughout its entire existence. Nevertheless, the console does have some compelling titles, especially in 2024, where cross-gen games are still a thing. Without further ado, here are 30 of the best Xbox One titles you should be playing right now. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The original Mass Effect trilogy remastered with improved visuals and quality of life features, including a unified galaxy at war system. Sign us up. Though the franchise hasn't seen many real wins since the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3, the Legendary Edition is too incredible for anyone, fan or otherwise, to miss, even with the lack of multiplayer. Dishonored 2. Arcane Studios' breakout immersive sim fantasy stealth title was already great fun. However, the sequel takes it much further with an epic new storyline and two playable characters, Emily and Corvo, sporting unique abilities. New environments, enemies, and inventive mission design define the experience and even surpass the original in many ways. Firewatch. We may never get another Campo Santo title again after it joined Valve, but Firewatch is still worth revisiting. The story of Henry, who becomes a fire lookout in Shoshone National Forest, and his involvement with Supervisor Delilah puts a new spin on the walking simulator genre. It offers an engaging mystery and intriguing choices backed by incredible visuals and performances. Your mileage may vary on the ending, but the journey is worth undertaking. Outer Wilds. Mobius Digital's Outer Wilds is more than just a testament to the unknown and the wonders of space exploration. It's a classic adventure experience with surprises, where observation of your environment ultimately leads to new twists and turns, where the environments and planets in question are so stunningly designed and brimming with heaps of secrets. If you haven't played Outer Wilds and ventured into its gorgeous universe, you are missing out. Wasteland 3. Harebrained Scheme's third game in the series and arguably its best, Wasteland 3 sees the Desert Rangers arriving in Colorado to deal with the Patriarch. What follows is a mission through the frozen wastes to tackle evil cults, psychotic gangs, and other horrors. The turn-based gameplay is top-notch, bolstered by new abilities and mechanics, while the storytelling features impactful choices leading to different endings. Gears 5. Though the story was left hanging, and it'll be a while before it resumes, especially with E-Day out in the future, Gears 5 still offers some quality third-person cover-based shooting. Some semi-open world elements, side quests, and new enemy types make for a fresher experience when you're not trying to unravel humanity's darkest secrets. Guilty Gear Strive, Arc System Works' flagship fighting game, is still going strong after 3 seasons, and it's honestly the best time to start playing. Not only is Queen Dizzy debuting on October 31st as the newest DLC character, but a free balance update will also go live, adjusting the entire roster, even adding some new moves. The online experience could be a far bit better, and there isn't much solo content, but as it stands, Strive's gameplay is stylish, over the top, and addictive. Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. The Ace Attorney franchise has seen a resurgence over the years with its remastered collections, and the Ace Attorney Investigations Collection is the latest. It features Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth and Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, the latter launching outside Japan for the first time. Both titles are excellent with HD visuals, autoplay, and story mode to bypass the toughest problems. There's also a gallery with music, animations, and art to admire. Trials Rising. Trials Rising was the last title in the franchise and one of its best yet, offering over 100 tracks and the same refined gameplay with its responsive controls that fans know and love. Even the track editor can be fun to mess around with, even if features like leveling and the dreaded loot boxes are unnecessary. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. If you can't stand Borderlands 3's story or want something a bit different, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is a nice trip. It features the same looter-shooter mechanics as the main series, combined with spellcasting and multi-classing for more build variety. Even the characters and voice acting are less annoying, while the endgame offers some unique challenges, though they're far from game-changing. The Ascent. Top-down action RPG shooter action with a dusty, neon-lit, detailed cyberpunk environment? Sign me up! The Ascent combines twin-stick shooting with cover abilities, chaos, and a stylish presentation, exploring the arcology of Vales and attempting to find out what happened to the controlling Ascent group may not be the most narratively engaging, but it's action-packed and incredibly paced. Mafia Definitive Edition. After the disappointing remasters of Mafia 2 and 3, Hangar 13's Mafia Definitive Edition is a ground-up remake with new additions and changes. On top of expanding the story, it added motorcycles to traverse the world, which Freeride offered more freedom, and classic difficulty to mimic the original game. Overall, it's a great way for new players to dive into the franchise. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. It's a shame that Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown didn't perform better than it did, reportedly selling 1 million copies since launching earlier this year. The side-scrolling title featured incredibly responsive combat, some fun platforming, and a great aesthetic with memorable boss fights. The post-launch updates and expansions added to this, whether you're exploring new locations or tackling new challenges. Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth. Say what you will about cross-gen titles, but having something like Ryuga Gotoku Studios' Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth available on Xbox One is insane. It's the longest game in the series with so much fun content: Dondoku Island, dungeons, play spots, side quests, and the list goes on, and features numerous improvements to the turn-based combat. You even control Kiryu again to cross off some bucket list items. Lost Judgment. Fans of the old-school Yakuza action may want to check out Lost Judgment, the second title in the spin-off series, which sees Takayuki Yagami investigating bullying cases and a deeper conspiracy behind the same. You still have the Crane and Tiger styles in combat, but there's also Snake for some Aikido-style counters. A new district, Izazaki Ijincho, is available to explore with tons of new activities, both serious and ludicrous. Kingdom Hearts 3. Confusing yet beautiful, cheesy yet endearing, both describe Kingdom Hearts 3. The conclusion to the Darkseeker saga doesn't just feature Sora, Donald, and Goofy eventually fighting against Master Xehanort, it's a culmination of the series with callbacks and references, epic set pieces, incredible combat, and stellar music, giving fans almost everything they could want. Stalker: Legends of the Zone Trilogy. Whether you're keen on jumping into Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl next month, Stalker Legends of the Zone Trilogy is a must-play collection. It features Shadow of Chernobyl, Clear Sky, and Call of Pripyat, with improvements to the visuals, shooting, and interface. Besides the brilliance of each title, the series' overall emergent gameplay and sandbox are a joy to experience. Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree. It's never been a better time to jump into From Software's Elden Ring, especially with its first expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree, launching several months prior. Whether you're experiencing the epic journey through the lands between, combing through all of its dungeons and experimenting with spells and weapons, or plunging into the lands of Shadow for some tough-as-nails challenges and even more spells and weapons, it's an open-world experience unlike any other. Kena: Bridge of Spirits. Available since August, Kena: Bridge of Spirits offers a fantastical action-adventure experience with a mix of combat, exploration, and platforming, as Spirit Guide Kena players must combat a powerful corruption while helping various spirits to move on. She enlists the Rot, who swirl around the battlefield in different ways, and the combination of gorgeous aesthetics and emotional storytelling makes for an endearing experience. Monster Hunter Rise: Sunbreak. Excited about Monster Hunter Wilds but don't have a Series X or S? Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak are worthy substitutions on Xbox One. While its presentation isn't as sleek as Monster Hunter World, the wirebug and switch skills offer enough depth to the polished combat. Having a Palamute to use as a mount at any time is also great. And thanks to Sunbreak, there's an actual endgame courtesy of the afflicted monsters and investigations. Overwatch 2. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Despite ripping away Assault and 6v6, not to mention the cancellation of Hero Mode, Overwatch 2 has made a turnaround in the past year. New characters are now available for free out of the gate, no premium pass grinding required, the new maps are fun, though modes like Clash need more fine-tuning, and balance is decent with a few caveats here and there. It may never achieve those initial promises, but for now, it's still one of the best hero shooters on the market. Armored Core 6: Fires of Rubicon. As an interlude between the releases of Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree, Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon offers the best mech combat currently available. Tackle all sorts of threats on Rubicon 3 as Mercenary 621, customizing your AC extensively and exploring different routes. The combat is stellar as expected, while the boss battles are out of this world. It's exactly what you'd expect from a From Software title, and we love it. Dying Light. Reject Aidan Caldwell and embrace Kyle Crane as you parkour through the zombie outbreak. The original's traversal and combat are still top-notch, combined with the all quality of life changes, new content, and additions throughout the years, turning it into a compelling hack-and-slash action RPG experience. If nothing else, it's great to prepare for Kyle's return in Dying Light: The Beast. Destiny 2. Even with the final shape wrapping up the long-running Light and Darkness saga, Bungie's Destiny 2 continues to evolve with new episodes, dungeons, and activities. Though it's free to try since you need to pay extra to enjoy some of its best content, this is probably the best looter-shooter gameplay available combined with stellar art design and music. Forza Horizon 5. Perhaps the last Forza Horizon for old-gen consoles, Forza Horizon 5 is doubtless one of the series' finest. Mexico provides an incredible setting, while the Horizon Festival format allows for exploring different racing and car types as separate stories. It's only improved over the years with even more new vehicles and expansions, resulting in a top-tier open-world racer. Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, and 343 Industries by extension, was kind of a mess in its first year, with a campaign cliffhanger, lackluster multiplayer, monetization issues, and more. Campaign aside, many of those issues have been resolved with the return of Firefight, the evolution of Forge, more maps, and much more extensive customization. Its future remains to be seen, especially with 343's rebranding and the shift to Unreal Engine 5 for future titles, but Halo Infinite is probably in its best place. F1 23. Codemasters' F1 series has its ups and downs, alternating between greatness and baffling decisions. F1 23 belongs to the former thanks to Breaking Point 2, the introduction of F1 World, and most importantly of all vehicles physics and handling that feel just right. Not quite as brilliant as F1 2020, but it's still the best contemporary F1 title available. Subnautica Below Zero. Set 5 years after the original, Subnautica Below Zero captures much of the same brilliance while featuring above-ground environments and conditions, new life forms and horrors to discover, and gorgeous environments to explore. While not quite as tense, the progression and overall storytelling still deliver. Cuphead plus the delicious last course. By now, Studio MDHR's Cuphead is already firmly established as an incredible title with excellent boss fights from top to bottom. However, it's made even better with the delicious Last Course DLC, featuring a new playable character in Miss Chalice, also usable in the base game, and new bosses with unique mechanics and challenges. It's a run-and-gun platforming combination that's impossible to ignore. Gears Tactics. Gears Tactics is, at first glance, a turn-based tactical take on the franchise with different units, skills, customizations, and whatnot. However, the cover-based combat of the series fits it well, combined with mechanics like executions granting free action points. Throw 5 different classes with extensive customization, a lengthy campaign, and veteran mode for post-launch challenges, and you have a compelling spin-off. Hey, did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.